Lakhani Group invests in real estate and our service-focused family office dedicated in embracing values, bringing shared wealth for our beneficiaries. Before we dive into our webinar, let me do a quick temperature check. We will request you to turn your audio and video off at all times. Kindly keep your phones on silent mode to get most out of this webinar. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type in the chat box. We will have time for the questions towards the end. So let us start with our webinar by watching a short video on Portugal.
Why do so many investors fall in love with Lisboa? Easy. There's no other city that combines this beautiful view with the beauty of these numbers. Lisboa is the closest European capital to the United States, South America and Africa, with 250 departures every day, and being the only capital in mainland Europe sharing the same time zone with the British capital, with more than 300 days of sunshine throughout the year. Lisboa is surrounded by more than 20 wonderful golf courses, only 4 train stations away from the beach, and just 1 hour drive from Nazaré, home of the biggest waves on the planet. Selected to be the 2020 European Green Capital, Lisboa transforms ecological concerns into reality, being the first European city to have a municipal fleet where 100% of light vehicles are electric, a huge recharging network with more than 540 stations, and 100% of the city lights running with LED technology. Innovation and adaptation are part of the mindset, with 90 colleges that produce 30,000 graduates a year, with 60% of them in business, tech or math degrees. No wonder Lisboa attracts global investment from all around the globe into our entrepreneurial community, an ecosystem dedicated to helping new businesses where 2 new startups are created every day. With more than 100 co-working spaces spread all over Lisboa, and with a 90-kilometer bike lane that reaches all corners of the city. It's so easy to enjoy the view commuting to work using one of the 2,150 shared bikes and 5,500 soft mobility vehicles. How about this? Lisboa is well known as a city that embraces diversity and welcomes all kinds of races, ethnicities, and religious beliefs. All that in a city with 7 Michelin-starred restaurants, and this sunset included. So, how about investing in Lisboa? Lisboa, the beautiful side of business.
Amazing. As much as beautiful and diverse Lisbon is, Portugal is not just diverse with regards to its nationalities, but also currencies. So, in today's webinar, we'll be talking more about cryptocurrency, and we have our experts here to talk more about it. So, let's welcome our 4 amazing panelists. So, start with our first panelist is Mr. Ricardo Philip, who is the Chief Product Officer at Luso Digital Assets. Ricardo is a computer science PhD who has been a cryptocurrency broker since 2015 and is the co-founder of Luso Digital Asset, the leading Portuguese virtual asset brokerage firm, specialized in boutique services offered directly to consumer and businesses. He has the technical and business know-how to help you navigate the virtual asset market. I would request Mr. Ricardo to present his presentation here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, Afsana. So, as Afsana said, I am the co-founder and currently working with Luso Digital Assets. We are a virtual assets brokerage service provider here in Portugal, and we are registered with the Portuguese Central Bank. Rahim, is the presentation showing?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah. Okay, so exactly. So as I was saying, we are registered with the Portuguese Central Bank, one of the first companies to do so. We are registered to operate in the whole European area, so we can take on clients and funds from any European country. And well, we have been in the market for a long time. Me personally, since 2011, But professionally, we can say since 2015, I've been trading cryptocurrencies to retail and business clients. We had a first company that we founded in 2018, and then we founded Luso Digital Assets in 2020, so that we could get licensed by the central bank. Yeah. So, what kind of clients do we have? Well, at Luso Digital Assets, we can have several different clients since we operate as an OTC desk. This means that we operate over the counter directly to our clients. There's really no order book. We simply take on our clients' requests and quote in real time for each specific operation. We work with several major exchanges. We provide real-time quotes based on several cryptocurrencies that you may wish to trade. We can either do a trade on the spot for a specific day and at a specific price, or we can also take longer orders and split them into several different chunks. In terms of fees, we have a volume-based fee schedule. So if you do a larger operation with us, we can always negotiate the fee that we do with you. Thanks. So our clients are usually either investors that have a specific price or volume in mind. So we can also we can either take small-time investors, retail clients, or large-term investors. For example, if you're looking into the real estate market, you can always see that sometimes deals can take a long time to complete, and we can accompany that and help you throughout the whole process. We can, in this case, we can take two approaches. Either we serve clients who are looking to buy cryptocurrency, and in this case, if you're looking to buy a large amount, as I said before, we can do it in several chunks. This means that we are dollar cost averaging, taking a median price, and you are not subject to volatility for as long as you would if you were just simply doing a one-time purchase. Also, for example, in the case of the real estate market, we can have large sellers who are looking to cash out the investment returns that they have had. Everything we do is compliant, both in terms of regulations with the Portuguese banking sector and also with the tax authorities. If you ever need invoices for our services, you feel free to ask. This is something that no exchange will provide you. We offer a high degree of security and privacy for all clients that are working with us. You can rest assured that your data will be secure and it will not be shared with anyone outside or used commercially. Please go forward. Thank you. In real estate, we can have two different kinds of deals. We can have deals that if you are, for example, buying with cryptocurrency, you can have an exchange of assets, and basically you are paying with cryptocurrency. This means that you can exchange your cryptocurrency directly for the real estate, and by doing this in Portugal, you will be exempt of one of the taxes, which is the IMT tax, which is collected when the seller is receiving the proceeds of the real estate. After that, the seller receives the cryptocurrency and he can either keep it, he can sell it, or exchange it with us, with Luso Digital Assets, and receive the euros in his bank account. This, in Portuguese, this is called a permuta. It's a different kind of contract. You can also have a regular deed, which is basically a payment in euros that you collect with your deed. In this case, Luso Digital Assets is a brokerage, acts as a brokerage. We receive the virtual assets from the buyer of the real estate. We convert them to euros. We pay them to the seller of the real estate that is on the deed, and all of the operation of the brokerage is done directly with us. The contract is in euros. It's a completely standard real estate contract. Please go ahead. So in these cases, the sale price is always fixed in euros, both in the permuta and in the regular real estate contract. And what we will do is we will give you a quote of what virtual assets you want to sell and how much is needed to cover all of the expenses. The buyer sends the virtual assets to us, and we send the euro amount disclosed in the contract to the seller of the real estate. We charge a brokerage fee. This is usually borne by the buyer of the real estate. Go ahead. So documents, this is very standard in all real estate deals. Our compliance will require individuals to disclose their identification documents and corporations to disclose their registration documents and shareholder agreements so that we can identify all of the beneficial owners of the companies. This is completely standard here. You can go ahead. So in order to comply with anti-money laundering regulation, we will need some further documentation. Usually this is a CPCV in Portugal, which is a contract of purchase of the real estate. And if you are purchasing in euros and then receiving in crypto, which is not the usual use case, but it can happen, we will need your source of funds documentation showing how you have obtained those funds. Usually these are tax declarations or company results, financial results, capital raises, and whatnot. In the case of buying with cryptocurrency, which is the most interesting case, basically we will need your statements of exchanges, trades, investments that you have done with cryptocurrency, so that you can justify to us that you have legally obtained this cryptocurrency. And this is the work that Luso Digital Assets does specifically in this market. So I would encourage you, if you are looking to buy a real estate in Portugal using cryptocurrency, please keep good records of how you have traded cryptocurrency in your time. So if you have bought a long time ago, please try and retain those records, be it emails, statements, bank statements to exchanges and whatnot. Or if you invested in some cryptocurrency project that just rose in value a lot, just keep those records, and you will need that both for us and also for your bank whenever you are withdrawing euros to your bank account. Those will be very important. Thank you. I believe that is it. And we will be available for contact whenever you need us. Thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Ricardo, for actually clarifying a lot of questions that people might have and the processes. And I think you have well explained it for any novice buyer and purchaser who ever would want to exchange the currency. So thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
do have one quick message from LinkedIn to him. He's asking if you also take investors from Bangladesh, which means like, is there a compliance for different countries, or your company takes the cryptos from any countries, regardless of where they belong from?
We can take crypto from, if you are in any country. Our let's say our registration, the limit that we have on our registration is for the fiat. So basically, if you have registered in Portugal as a golden visa, for a golden visa program, as long as you have made that registration, we can help you convert your crypto investment into euros in Portugal. And that is completely fine, and we can help you even if you're in Bangladesh.
So, Ricardo, maybe one of the things that keeps coming us, as a question to us, is Portugal now considered a bit of a tax haven, considering this whole new crypto law? Can you maybe allude to that fact
Sure.
on what are some of those requirements? When you are looking at saving capital gains in your own country.
Yeah, of course. So, for example, if you are most other countries, I would say there's capital gains on cryptocurrency profits that you have obtained with your investments, and right now in Portugal, they are not taxed at all. So you do not have to pay capital gains taxes if you are withdrawing your cryptocurrency in Portugal. So this means that you can have a huge saving if you are coming to Portugal and withdrawing or exchanging here. Uh, so right now, what happens is only people who work with directly with cryptocurrency. Those are obviously taxed because that's income, that's not capital gains. But if it's an investment, if the cryptocurrency is a result of your investment, then feel free to come to Portugal. And right now, you can invest here and withdraw your crypto without paying capital gains taxes. So that's why a lot of people have been coming here for the past, I would say, past couple of years. A lot of cryptocurrency folks have been coming to Portugal and investing.
So,
Exactly.
have you
So I
come
see that.
across anyone who has bought a house or maybe paid the mortgage by using?
Yeah, we have done several of those deals, of course. As I said, I would say mostly since last year, since summer of last year, we have seen an increased interest, both, or at least mostly from people who actually work out abroad, and they have come to live in Portugal. They are either acquiring their golden visa, or they have moved here and they need to bring their funds that they have gained with crypto and purchasing real estate. There's something interesting that maybe Rahim can clarify, because there's a specific requirement to acquire a golden visa of having your capital uh, coming from outside if it comes in euros. So it needs to come from abroad. It cannot be the result of a cryptocurrency conversion. But I believe that by using an investment fund like Rahim's, that you can go over that fact, and basically you are converting directly from crypto into
Yeah.
the investment, and so you do not need to bring euros from abroad. Is that correct, Rahim?
No, so it's partially correct.
Yeah.
We are dealing with two different entities here. Okay, we are dealing with the Portuguese Securities Commission, which is the
Mhm.
CMVM, and we are also dealing with immigration, which is SEF. Okay, both have their own set of rules, and you have to satisfy both set of rules when you are making this transaction. Okay. Now, what does I'll talk about the fund because we are the asset managers on 7X, which is a qualified for Golden Visa eligible fund. From the investment fund, our duty is largely on the compliance side. Okay. Our duty is the protection of investors, safeguarding anti-money laundering. So we basically have the licensure similar to Ricardo's licensure on virtual digital assets.
Exactly.
These are on venture capital investment funds. Okay, so the nature of license is similar, not exactly, but it's in a way similar. But we do have that burden of compliance on us. Okay. Now, a partnership with Luso Digital Assets will make things easier because of the fact that funds can be transferred over from crypto into euros as well. Okay. What we have now kind of seen is that when it comes to the banking side of things, the one thing that is clear from immigration is that the funds must be sourced internationally. Okay, there is no going over that hump that the
Okay.
funds are not. internationally. Now, it is widely accepted for any bank to make a transfer with or without crypto to make these transfers. But it is also accepted from crypto.com to transfer over to a service like Wise, like TransferWise or something like that, and then transfer it over to Portugal into your bank account into Portugal. And that is accepted as an international transfer. What will not be accepted, most likely, is a direct transfer from
Luso
Luso
to the account of the client.
to the account. Okay, that is for the investment fund. However, for the real estate purchase, it's different. Real estate purchase, you can do so. If you're looking for a D7 or a D2, different type of visa, you can totally make the investment through crypto directly. But if you're looking for the golden visa route, then this is the way that you overcome this hurdle. So each case, to be honest, is a bit different. This is one solution that I'm talking about, but it's really looking at the country of origin, where the home country is, and looking at what tax laws they have and how do they consider taxing capital gains. But one thing is very clear: when you are a tax resident in Portugal and you are withdrawing funds from anywhere and bringing it to Portugal, as a tax resident of Portugal, you do not have the capital gains on your crypto. That is made very, very clear. So regardless of where the crypto is, if you are a tax resident here and you are obliging with the set of rules, then you don't have to kind of really even worry about it. And then your golden visa is part and parcel of the process. Okay. So yeah, like I said, every case is a bit different, and totally open to having a discussion with the legal teams that we work with to create a solution based on the particular circumstance. So sorry for the long-winded answer there.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the response and the clarification it gives on the golden visa process when it comes to cryptocurrencies. We have another question from India. Do we have to pay taxes in India if we make profits in Portugal, even if there is a double tax treaty? I think maybe I can give this question to Ricardo if you may want to cater to this one.
I don't think I'm the right person to answer this, to be honest.
Yeah. Again, just from a question standpoint, this again looks at, we partner with several firms like Ernst & Young in India, and several law firms and accounting firms in India as well. So the message that has come, I request you to send an email or contact us directly. And again, there is no one straight answer to some of these questions. You have to look at your LRS regimes. You have to look at the business transfers, your individual transfers. This is much more complicated than a simple answer that someone can give online. Okay, so I encourage you to connect with us. And one thing is for sure, there are solutions out there. Okay, in some cases you have to pay some of the big firms to provide this kind of bridge and create a vehicle for you to be able to make things happen. And there is certain expenses involved sometimes to have some solutions, but there are solutions that are out there, and we've received several clients in Portugal for golden visa or D7 or something else, and with or without crypto. Okay, so.
All right, amazing. Thank you for answering the question. And Ricardo, as we proceed further with the presentation, if we have any further inquiries, I'll come back to you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for the first panelist. And let's move ahead to our next panelist, who is Ms. Sushila Patel, who is a cryptocurrency investor and an expert. Sue, now I'll be calling her Sue Patel, who has worked in an corporate HR for over 30 years and moved into consulting and entrepreneurial lifestyle in 2016. During lockdown and of many businesses, she found herself looking for other income streams, and an opportunity to learn about crypto came along. And she has transformed her life since then, where she is now making choices she never thought possible. She now trains people in how effectively use crypto in their daily life and is transforming their lives of others as well. Without further ado, we'll turn our time towards Miss Sue.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's so great to thank you, Afsana, for that awesome introduction. And I just wanted to say it was so great to see the video of Lisboa. It just brought back so many memories of, you know, when I've stayed in Portugal as well. So thank you for just getting me present to that again. So I just wanted to share like my journey with cryptocurrency. Like I've been in, you know, almost 30 years in corporate. And I was made redundant in 2016 from my HR role. And I'm a very corporate person. I've never done any sales, marketing, network. I've worked with people, you know, in policies, processes, and personal development. And when I was made redundant, I was like, you know, I'm not going to put my financial future in the hands of a corporate organization again. So I thought I'd run a business. And coming from no sales experience, you know, running a business is not easy on your own. And especially through lockdown, you know, I really struggled. So a friend of mine started this opportunity in crypto, and he said, come and have a look. And I'm like, no, thanks, because I didn't understand crypto and I was really scared of the technology. You know, thinking that it's just not going to be something I'm going to be able to learn very quickly. So I said, no, it's all right, you carry on. Anyway, I saw how well he was doing. And in the depths of lockdown, things just got from bad to worse. You know, I had no income. I'm a single mom, you know, and I just didn't know what I was going to do, you know. So, you know, my friend said, have another look at this opportunity. So I was like, okay, cool. Like it's here right now and I need to have a look. So I took a look and I thought, actually, do you know what? If I don't start taking risks in my life and start, you know, leaning into learning something new, my life is not ever going to change. So I had a look at the opportunity. I didn't have any like savings to put into crypto. I had some jewelry. I sold that jewelry and I got a nice lump sum that I put onto this crypto platform. And I started to learn like how to use crypto, you know, how to use exchanges, how to buy crypto, how to sell crypto, how to exchange crypto. And it's just become like, you know, part of my daily life. And I've totally transformed, you know, how I live my life, you know, my life, my daughter's life. And, you know, I'm in a really great position to go from having no savings at all to being able to, you know, now buy a villa in Portugal, you know, is just an incredible place to be. So there's so much to gain, you know, when you lean in and really start learning like what's available out there, you know, and we're really just at the beginning of a trend with crypto. There's still so many more possibilities and opportunities. Some of you may have heard of like NFTs and, you know, like what else is coming through. So, and I'm sure Ricardo can, you know, enlighten us with, you know, what his knowledge and his experience as well. So yeah, that, you know, I just wanted to share that it's a great opportunity. And, you know, myself, for example, you know, I've never been in a place where I could literally purchase a property with cryptocurrency. And, you know, Portugal has now opened up so many possibilities of being able to send crypto directly into Portugal, where they've got approved organizations like Ricardo's organization, where we can simply send crypto over. And, you know, by doing also all the compliance stuff, the audits, the audit trail of, you know, and it's something that I had to do as well. Like as Ricardo shared, you know, you got to have a paper trail of how you created that crypto. And by being able to do that and provide those documents, you know, I'm very easily able to now send funds over using crypto, which has been amazing and very easy to do. So thank you, Ricardo. It's awesome to see you here as well for the first time.
Thank you, Sue. Great to hear the feedback.
Thank you. So that's all I really wanted to share. You know, it's been a really great experience. You know, I've never ever purchased property using crypto, and, you know, we're able to now do that because, you know, obviously the Lakhani group have created these possibilities with, you know, allies and partnerships with the right people as well. So thank you so much. Afsana, back to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Sue, for enlightening us about your enriching experience, the entire journey. It's so inspiring. And I know you have been inspiring so many other women around you and the people you meet. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing. And I would also like to have some basic questions that how was your experience of this entire compliance system, the audit system when it comes to Portugal? Like, with regards to transferring the crypto, was it like, what processes you went through and what were your feelings throughout the process?
Yeah, I suppose first of all, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my God, do I have to provide all these documents? It was a bit like that. And like I remember Rahim sending me, okay, have you got this? Have you got this? And I'm like, seriously, how difficult is it gonna be? But actually, when I really started to sit down and look through the information that I had, it was very easy to do. But it is important to have a paper trail just to really protect yourself and the people that you're working with as well, right? And Rahim, again, he was very, very hands-on, very, very supportive all throughout the process, and also very patient as well, because sometimes I kind of got in my head, if I can't find that information, then I just stalled on it. So he'd be like, all right, Sue, come on now, where's this information? So it was really good. He really did hold my hand throughout the process. And again, Ricardo made it very easy, sending USDT to a TRC20 address. And again, as soon as it arrived, they confirmed what was, that they'd received it. So the support that I had, I'm not going to lie, has been very, very awesome, because doing it on my own would have been very, very tedious. So, as I said, Rahim was very hands-on in supporting me get that documentation, which was really great.
All right. Thank you so much. And how long does this end-to-end process take for the people who are wanting to make a transfer? So just to give an idea of how long does this entire compliance process?
It was very, very easy, actually, because I think with what I was doing, I think it was a learning process for both myself and for Rahim as well, for all of us, right? And Ricardo as well. It was a real learning process for all of us. How would we do it? So we were learning as we were going along. But I think obviously since then it's been very, very easy to do. Like once it's set up, it's very easy to do. So I would say probably it took me about a day to get all my paperwork in line. And then one evening, Rahim was sending me messages, I was sending him messages, and we got it all done. And then literally the next day we were able to transfer the funds over. So it's very easy to do. I suppose when you got to look at it, like, Ricardo and his company, they got to protect themselves as well, in terms of compliance. And so do, the Lakhani group as well. But also importantly for the client as well, making sure that you do have a paper trail so that there are no loose ends later on down the process.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one last question about Portugal. So how do you find the place, and what motivated you to move, your cryptos here and buy a villa? So what was your motivation to buy a real estate, get the golden visa, and why choose Portugal over so many other options?
Oh my God. Like, if you haven't been to Lisbon, people, you need to go to Lisbon. All right. It's such a beautiful place, it's such a beautiful place to be. The weather has been stunning. I was literally there last week. The weather was stunning. The people are beautiful. Everything is so accessible. It's like, I already feel like I'm living there, the culture, the food, the people, everything is so universal out there in Lisbon. And for me, like I said, I feel like I already live there. Like I feel like I'm in England on holiday, rather than the other way around. So it's just been amazing. It's been an amazing, amazing journey.
All right. Thank you so much, Sue, for sharing about your entire process and the journey. I hope a lot of other people will get inspired and be connected so that we can help them around as well. So thank you so much. Over to our next panelist. Yes. So thank you for answering the questions. Yes, let's move our gaze towards another dynamic personality in the room, Lucky Kaur, who is a cryptocurrency investor and expert as well. Lucky has worked in the corporate HR for over 27 years. Throughout her HR career, she has been very passionate about helping people achieve their goals and fulfill their dreams. Lucky left the corporate world to discover the world of passive income to create time freedom to be with her family, especially with her 8-year-old daughter, Mia. Lucky now calls herself as Crypto Lioness and is still helping people achieve their goals and fulfill their dreams by training and coaching on crypto. We're very proud to have Mrs. Lucky to our webinar.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks, Afsana. Great to be here. What do I say? Right. So 27 years in HR, in corporate. So I worked in retail and banking. And then I always wanted to spend more time with my family and my daughter. So always been looking at something else. What can I do where I can spend more time with my daughter? And this opportunity came to me in June last year, where this I walked into crypto world, didn't know anything about it, just like Sue said earlier, but I had to learn. So I learned everything, because one thing in HR we do is we we welcome change quite quickly and adapt to change quite quickly. So I went in and straight away I purchased $10,000 package as well. And by September last year, within 6 months, I decided to leave my job because I was doing amazing in this on this platform. I was helping all my friends and family at the same time, to give them the financial freedom as well. And then in November last year, so going back around 9 years ago, we came on a holiday in Portugal and absolutely fell in love with. So we always said as a family, one day we'll retire there, we'll move to Portugal, which I thought was going to happen in my 70s. But what happened was we walked in, came to Portugal in November on holiday just to look around, because we found out that Portugal also accepted crypto, and we not have to pay tax and everything. And then Lakhani Group walked into my life and completely changed everything. So my dream, kind of like, it was a dream, but it became reality quite quickly. So we purchased a villa, fell in love with, because what I was looking for a community. I was looking for somewhere where my daughter can grow up in a community and be part of that. And I found that with you guys, when we looked at these villas, and absolutely straight away, I knew this is where I want to live. This is where I want my daughter to grow up. And so I love Portugal. I love food. I love culture, and I love how accepting, how nice the people of Portugal are. Like, I've never felt like I'm an immigrant, like when I go there, I feel like I'm at home. It already feels like home every time we go there, and I can't wait to move and move there.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Lucky, for being here, first of all, and sharing about how you feel about Portugal. But my questions for you will be quite different about crypto in itself. That how was your experience in order to exchange cryptos in local markets, not just about buying real estate, but how was the transaction? Have you used your card? Do you have an ATM card? Or do you have ATMs in Portugal that may help you to exchange or buy any local supplies in Portugal?
Absolutely, yes. So I have a crypto card, it's crypto.com card. So it's so easy. As soon as you could put Bitcoin, USDT, no matter what currency you put on your card, and it automatically converts it into your local currency, whatever your country you're in. I was in India in February. I put it into ATM. I've got rupees. I never thought that was possible, that you go crypto on your card, but you can take out the currency country you're in. And it was amazing, and it's so easy. As I said, I've had no experience, and I learned everything so quickly. And it's really easy. It's just a card, Visa debit card. You go anywhere in the world. And in Portugal, it's exactly the same. We paid for food, supermarket. We're going to, go to the local bank, put it into ATM machine, and it gives you euros. It's really simple.
Wow. I think it's going to a greater level now. And regardless, we've been talking about Bitcoin, and now there are so many coins in the market. So along with the coins, let's talk about real estate as well. Let's talk to everyone about it. Ricardo maybe can also pitch in here. So we know that metaverse is coming into market, and we have the virtual real estate now. We have a question from LinkedIn from Amandeep Singh. that is there any way that we could buy meta real estate and apply for golden visa? I think it's a very complicated question. And has any such inquiries come to you with this regards?
No, not at all. I would say right now it's obviously not possible, to be honest. So this is quite a nascent field, and there are no laws yet regarding what happens on the metaverse. You should take it as basically a separate entity or separate um, location, let's say. So it's just a digital world right now. It does not have the connection to the real world, let's say. um, yeah, this would not be possible right now. But I would like just also to emphasize what Lucky said before. So it's really easy to convert your crypto in Portugal, even if you just have a debit card. There are so many debit cards right now in the market. You can use any of them and just withdraw euros in your regular ATMs. And also, there's a few ATMs, a network, let's say a network of ATMs that is building up in Portugal to convert directly from crypto to euros without even needing the debit card. But obviously, the debit card is the most convenient right now. And yeah, there are a lot of good services with those.
When it comes to the golden visa part, I think one thing that I think most people forget is why was golden visa actually introduced in the first place. The golden visa was introduced for the betterment of the country. I don't know how golden visa can how crypto can add, by building infrastructure. It can definitely provide a source of funding, that is for sure. But the whole point of golden visa was actually developing infrastructures, developing the buildings. You have a lot of dilapidated apartment buildings or hotels and whatnot that requires investment. Okay, and post the crisis in 11 and 12 in Portugal, the launch of golden visa was exactly geared towards this. Okay, so but who knows what the future would hold like. I mean, as a small thing, I read an article this morning, and I think Sue and Lucky can actually allude to that, because they do work out of Dubai as well, that the government out there has just established sort of a regulation for metaverse, and this happened only in the last week. So, who knows, maybe down the road, maybe in a year or two, you go into the metaverse of your choice, or any of the metaverses, and you may have a government office, in one of those metaverses to do your transactions the way that you do right now by going to a local tax office or a local municipal office, or you pay your bill or whatever. Maybe there is a possibility that you go into the metaverse to do those things, right? And I think that is pretty much upon us now. It's not going away. Every country is creating regulations around it. So there was this thing that it may go away, and this is a fad or whatever. I'm not here to promote one thing over the other, but if you read the articles, it's clear that crypto is here to stay. It will definitely, I know it's decentralized now, but it will definitely have some bounds to it. Every currency is geared towards opening its own kind of coin or whatever. But as soon as the market leaders establish themselves in a way, there will be some regulations. Some countries will be less regulatory than the others. And I think naturally the flow of funds will go to those countries where there is less regulation or more favorable regulation for crypto investors. And I think Portugal is already leading in that space by giving licenses like to Luso Digital. We work in our fund. We work with Bison Bank. They have a similar license that was established as well. So that was the first bank that received the license. So the market and the competitors are only going to grow, and it's going to stay and become like a normal market. So there's definitely a thing about being early in this space. Right now, while the rules are still being defined, I think there's a good opportunity to purchase your villa or transfer over funds so that you can make an investment into Portugal and still remain free of capital gains. Okay, so back to you, Sam.
Thank you. And yes, we have several other questions as well, but we are yet to proceed with our presentation. So maybe we can respond to those questions on our LinkedIn chat box as well. I think Sue is quite in demand with regards to getting inspired and inspiring other people as well. So maybe you can converse there. Amazing. So we have our last panelist here who also is associated with regards to taking the cryptos with regards to the fund. So we have the investment fund here, which is launched recently. So Mr. Rahim Lakhani, who is here to discuss more about newly launched 7X fund, the team's track record, and its investment strategies. So let me present Rahim Lakhani. Is a proud investor and also who has 25 fund, 7X Portugal fund, which is a golden visa managed by the Lakhani Group Capital SCR. He's the president and the CEO of the Lakhani Group, who is also a seasoned real estate investor that owns and operates a multi-million-dollar portfolio of properties in Portugal, Canada, USA, and India. Mr. Lakhani holds graduate degree in engineering from University of Waterloo, Canada, and postgraduate in real estate financing, taxation, and investment from University of Lisbon. He has worked extensively in European, American, Canadian, and Southeast Asian market. He currently invests in market of distressed assets and restructuring of companies in advanced operational stages. So Rahim, the forum is all yours.
Thank you so much, Afsana, for the kind introduction. Really appreciate that introduction there. So I'll highlight some of the big points here and make some disclaimers as I go along. As of now, we do not accept crypto directly as an investment. Okay, the fund and the licensure that we have currently is still with fiat currency. Things are changing. Like I said earlier, Bison Bank became, Bison Digital Assets was launched recently, and that will bring its own set of rules. There are some set of information that have just come out from them, and if you want to make an investment, I think these channels are now opened up for a fantastic return on your investment. When it comes to Golden Visa, like I alluded, things are a bit different now, but keep your eyes and ears close to the ground, keep connected, and I think this will right now there are ways to make things happen. When the regulation comes, it will be probably direct through. But even now, so directly we are not accepting crypto just yet. But there are ways to make things with a very strong compliance. Okay. What I'll allude to is just the basics of the investment fund itself. This is our licensure. If you go onto the CMVM website and you look up for our investment fund, you will see that we are a licensed entity from the regulator to obtain capital from the investors and to invest in very strong real estate projects like the ones that Sue and Lucky have purchased. Okay, so this is the idea that as an asset manager through the investment fund, we go into to very strong projects and make these investments and rehabilitate the projects and truly in a way add value to the ecosystem in Portugal. Okay, so that is the main motive. And I think, as the law changed last year for Golden Visa, also it is important to notice that no more you can actually buy direct asset for residential purposes in Portugal. You have to go through, if you want to purchase a residential asset into Portugal, you must go through an investment fund route. There are exceptions. The Quinta do Fordo Velho is one of the exceptions, where it's a touristic asset, it's a commercial asset, and you can still live and in the property. You can still enjoy the services, but it is on the commercial side of things. Okay, so there are some differentiation in that. In regards to the investment fund itself, so this is a bit of a summary, I would say, rather than going too much into the depth of the nitty-gritties. It's 100,000 minimum that we accept as an investment. Our target return on the investment fund is a 7% annual return. We have a hurdle rate of 30% with a 70-30 split in the favor of the investor. The one big thing about an investment fund in Portugal, and I think similarly to what the regulations are for crypto, you have the regulations of investment fund. The capital gains, similar to crypto, are non-taxable. So this is an idea again for investors like yourself, Sue, like yourself, Lucky. Is on one side you have investments in crypto that is coming into Portugal, but of course you don't. When you bring that investment into Portugal, you have to do something with that. Right now you bought the villa, but what is next, right? And the idea will be you invest in vehicles like 7X, where the capital gains of these investments is again tax-free when the investment fund is diluted. Okay, so you continuously save taxes along the way, because if you know anything about Portugal is on the income side, especially as a personal income tax, it is on the higher tax bracket. So you can pay up to 40% on the personal income tax tier. Okay, so or higher, depending on your profession and stuff as well. So it is great to bring money to Portugal, but how do you continue to actually remain tax free is then the answer that you need to ask as well. And that's why there are structures like 7X where you can continue to actually remain tax free. Okay. Our management fee is very minimal. It's a 1% over the amount invested. Okay, and what we invest in is strong projects like hospitality, like the Quinta de Portugal, or student housing, or hotels and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, those are mainly the essence of our projects. Okay, back to you, Sam. I think you're on
Thank
mute.
you so much, Rahim, for the quick presentation. Do I have any more questions from the panelists in itself before we close?
And nothing from me.
I have just a quick question for Ricardo. We see a lot of articles these days, of course. We talk about the past of what has happened, but where are you seeing kind of the future from the amount of requests that you are getting, or the interaction that you're having with the various levels of government? What are you seeing as a next step? Because now is good, but what's next, right?
Right, of course. Yeah, so right now, as I said, we've seen a lot of interest from individuals, and recently also from several real estate brokers, investment funds, and real estate groups. In terms of regulation, I mean, right now, I would say it should be relatively the same for quite some time. There have not been any legislative proposals done for the budget of 2022, and I don't foresee any changes coming in. In terms of crypto regulation itself, we are only expecting the MiCA regulation, which is an European broader set of regulations, but this is in 2024. So discussions are just starting right now. In my humble opinion, I believe 2022, 2023, mostly regulations will stay mostly the same. I don't believe anything in the tax brackets will change regarding crypto. Maybe some clarifications will show up as they have been coming out from the tax from the tax department. But other than that, I'm very confident that we will basically be building on top of the recent of this recent interest. So, for example, a couple of weeks ago, there was this article which is for the notaries in Portugal, and this article is or these changes in the notaries, they are not actually impactful because they basically enforce what was already being done. What the notaries have done is said, look, we do accept the permutas that I talked about, the exchanges of virtual assets to real estate. So this is possible. This is legal. This can happen, but you need to do the compliance, the anti-money laundering. So other than that, you can do these deals as notaries. Because before, notaries were quite scared of doing these kinds of deals. There was uncertainty. And so the only thing that changed, but it's not actually relevant, to be honest. Basically, whenever you are doing a deal for more than 200,000 euros, the notary will notify the DA office, so the Ministério Público in Portugal, and notify also the investigative police and say, hey, there was a a real estate transaction involving cryptocurrency. These are the data. This is the AML, the anti-money laundering documentation that was provided. Here's all the data. If you need to investigate, go ahead. But this is not really that relevant. It's simply taking more attention and being more on top of things. But other than that, I don't really see many changes in that regard.
Perfect. No, thank you so much for that. It just sometimes no change is actually good. Sometimes it's better to have no change rather than new regulations being put on just at random. So I'm quite glad to hear that things are the same and remains to be same, at least for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say, honestly, eventually, I'm pretty sure there will be some capital gains taxes, obviously, on cryptocurrency transactions. But I believe that Portugal will take a reasonable step and create some kind of flat tax like we have for the non-residents, for example. I believe that will be the case, and they just need to figure out how to introduce that into the law. Because this whole this whole capital gains being exempt for crypto transactions, it only occurs because crypto is not in law yet. So it's not specifically in law. That's why it happens here.
Makes sense. Wonderful. No, thank you so much, and thank you, Sue. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, Afsana, for your time today. Sincerely appreciate this, and let's keep the conversation going, and keep plugged in to this page and stuff to continuously to know and stay connected. That's it, to get more knowledge. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful